Good evening, brothers, sisters, and gender norm resistors. It's time for some more of the Outer Worlds 2 with me, your host, Ollamh. Welcome. Alright, so yes, we now have the Rift Manipulator, which means we can kind of restore some of the stuff from that it's been torn up by the rifts. We can get things off of bodies that had something or rather in them, which gives us a whole lot more possibility as far as getting stuff and getting to places. For example, we were able to get on top of this facility in the Crabble mating ground, and we know that there's a shrink. The shrink gun is there. We saw the stuff for a note in the computer about it. We're trying to get to that, and then we're going to help Aza with her little problems. So with that said, let's jump into the game, shall we? All right. So we're going to open the rift here, and I think what we need to do is we need to say. We need to be right here. We need to wait for it to just about fail. So all of a sudden, boom. Oh, come on. Oh, God damn it. Almost. All right. That is definitely what we need to do. Come on, get up there, Commander. All right. Stay right here. And like I said, wait for it to start glowing green, and there we go. All right. Rift residue. And now we have the shrink ray. All right. There's surprisingly not much else here. All that just to get the damn shrink ray. All right. But we do have the shrink ray available now, which is pretty nice. It uses shock rods. It holds 515. It only does 3 damage. Shrinkify reduces the foe to boot stomping size. Powerful enemies will resist the effects unless weakened first. They instead take damage and are briefly stunned from molecular trauma. It's the Shrink Ray Mark II, now with Mega Dwindle. Alright, so if we look at the region, we actually see that the dawn of a glorious betrayal. Kill Hierarch Ziegler and remaining cultists. So we need to go to the church where we found. We don't know exactly what happened to Sabrina. I think it was the gal that told us, "Hey, don't take it too hard. Don't go all, murdery on DeVries when you see her. It's not her fault. I mean, she kind of blamed herself for what happened, which isn't really fair. Ooh, wow, you yeah, these troops were not they thought that the Raptidon was their friend, and he was not.
First promotion accelerating activities done, and we've already got dropouts. Doozy of a drop, too. Can't believe Ormsby pegs these people as executive material. Me, sure. Them? Huh.
We can hear you.
Hush, Cobb. Today's task was about upward mobility. 3 died hanging the ropes. Told them they were doing it wrong. Dead include Assistant Hagen and other slackwits.
Show some respect.
Oh, like you care. You didn't even participate.
I told you, I got a cute lumbago.
Time to break camp for the next skill-building exercise, which I will surely dominate. This is Sanitation Specialist Cutshaw, soon to be VP of something big, signing off.
Wow, okay, you literally just have like an invisible wall or something there that's... All right.
You cannot threaten one who welcomes obliteration.
Oh yeah, you can.
Who's that?
Show yourself. Worth a look.
Worth a look.
Blessed rift, delivery unto ascension and salvation. Show yourself.
Hi.
Tazza. Why are you still alive? There's obviously been some ghastly mistake here I'm failing to understand. Have you not heard the latest revelation? What am I saying? Of course you haven't. If you had, you'd know you were marked for death and you'd have killed yourself and saved us all the trouble. Glad we were able to clarify all of that. Well?
Well,
This
what?
idiot obviously thinks I will just kill myself on his say-so. Ziegler, what's got into your brain pan? You used to be a dedicated member of the Dawn. How could you think there was a legitimate kill order on me?
You were revealed as a betrayer through the sanctified channel. How can you disobey a revelation from on high, when you yourself exhorted us constantly to never do such?
You make a compelling point. But then again, so does my knife. Let me introduce you to it.
Well, maybe we shouldn't be so hasty. Let's hear him out.
Why the fuck not?
I just thought it would be funnier if he thought he had a chance before you killed him.
You're such the jester, Commander. You actually had me going there for a minute. Now, where were we? Oh, that's right. It's time to stick Ziegler here like a sissy pig on a spit.
Unleash my might upon them!
As much as I enjoy killing Ziegler, celebrations will have to wait until all of his traitorous spell have been dealt with.
Whoa.
Assist me, will you?
Recharged for mayhem. Either restore my life or avenge my death.
That's
I
how
can't
you
believe
do
what
it.
Hierarch Ziegler was saying. How could there be an official kill order out on me? The poor fools probably thought they were just fulfilling their duty.
Official order or not, they should have known better than to cross you.
Damn straight they should have.
Couldn't the message have been faked?
If only it were that simple. It should be impossible for someone to infiltrate our communication systems, especially when it comes to a high-level communique. Unless they somehow have our codes. This could only mean that one of our members has been compromised.
So what do you want to do now?
That's the question, isn't it? The only answer I can think of involves our communication devices. There is someone who would have tried to contact me to warn me. Someone who wouldn't have been taken in by a faked kill order.
How would that have worked? Wouldn't the message from them just be intercepted?
Not from him. He was different from most of these slack-jawed sprat bastards. I knew him from before. Long before the Glorious Dawn. We had a secret code we used to hide things from our parents before... Well, never mind that.
Never mind what? You can't just say something like that and expect me to
Very well.
ignore it.
Let's just say that he was forbidden to associate with me and leave it at that. Anyway, if he used that code to embed a message to me within a Dawn missive, no one would have even known it was there. It's strange there isn't a comm device here. Ziegler must have communicated with his cell in Golden Ridge before coming to this place. Well, no matter, we'll find one. I know we have camps on Cloister and Praetor, but I'm not sure of the exact locations. I'd like to try to find one and clear it out so I can access one of our devices. Hopefully, it will bring me that much closer to whoever it is I need to kill to put an end to this nonsense.
Well, fingers crossed. Sounds good. Sounds like a good idea.
Thanks, and my hammer.
All right. Yeah, see, this is how you that's how you deal with stuff. Is you get up here and you just fire down upon them. They're probably going to miss you. Plus, you've got like pipes of the railing and stuff like that that are going to interfere with their bullet trajectory. Right, there we go. Eat and drink. Ooh, hello. There is a rift here. So, one of the things we found out is that apparently, like, the rifts, like, open up into... We have not been down there again. All right. But yeah, apparently the rifts, like, tear things apart and convert organic information into basically digital data. Which is why we're able to reconstruct this. Ooh. The Goomerang. What the hell is the Goomerang? Damage 50. Oh, very nice. Biomass. Bio Barrage. Fires a barrage of wacky goo blobs that bounce. Aiming with the Goomerang allows it to lock on and home towards an enemy. Stick of guns with expected skill and that expect skill and accuracy with the Goomerang. Miss all you like and still hit your target. hilarious. All right. Let's see here. Now we also, I think we're supposed to go somewhere here for him too, aren't we? Ah, yes. As a matter of fact, we're supposed to go up to the right. We're supposed to go to the Vox Relay. That's right. It's not actually there, but hey, I'm not going to be the one to tell him that it's not, that the Vox Relay isn't actually there. Mention we can kind of come down. I think this should, yeah, we've already killed everybody here. Yeah, because this is where we had to... where we had to free his... that guy's friends. All right. Well, this looks like a really nice place. Why does it look like there's something we can get to over here? Oh, because there is. And we can. Extra primer point. Looks like somebody just really had a rough landing here. Come on. Ah, come on, you bastard. All right, fine. But you guys are grunting an awful lot back there. Fine. See, we'll take the elevator, all right? You guys happy? You don't have to like grunt and groan and strain yourselves. I don't know what to expect when we get to the Vox station. They're probably not going to be terribly happy with us. I mean, if I was them, I wouldn't be very happy about it.
Stop right there, Arbiter Rao. Though I am here on official business, I would prefer to keep this cordial. The Consul seeks answers related to your recent activities. I approach you openly, in the hopes that you will comply with his request, and come with me peaceably.
What do you blather about? Delay me and you will pay the price. Not only do I have more pressing business with a colleague, but I do not answer to Sentinels or the Consul.
Exactly what questions does the Consul have for Tristan?
Questions of intent. Now, what shall it be, Arbiter Rao? I sent the message that drew you here. Virgil shall not arrive to aid your decision-making.
Virgil's not coming, you say? Curious. And here I was thinking I was already present.
Virgil, touting your flair for the dramatic, even now I see. But I fear our reunion must wait until we've dealt with this pawn of the Consul.
I had not expected a third party, but it is so much the better. I'm afraid you must come with me as well, Arbiter Montag.
A sentinel demanding anything of me? What madness! Neither Tristan nor I shall accompany you anywhere. Any attempts to force us shall be met with violent reprisal.
Okay, it says... Okay, the Sentinel said he sent the message for us to meet here. How did you know?
I'm sure he only told you such a thing to lower your guard. All the easier to slide a blade between your ribs. This fool impersonated my credentials, triggering a system alert that led me here. A lowly deception, even for one of the Consul's own.
It was a necessary deception, and one not undertaken lightly. Its aim was to draw your colleague here without bloodshed, for I know he would not have arrived at my request.
I think you'd find a way of justifying your actions no matter what they were.
Your explanation does not pull my heartstrings, Sentinel. Yet you at least had the sense not to assail us outright. Surrender, and perhaps you may yet live.
You may not believe me, but I have much admiration for the work you and Arbiter Montag have done for the Protectorate. I've no wish to fight. Enough loyal subjects have died in this war. Come willingly and peaceably, I beseech you.
What actions does Tristan have to explain? I thought arbiters could act with impunity.
Both Arbiter Rao and Arbiter Montag were explicitly requested to return to Praetor by the Consul, alongside all other arbiters some months ago. Refusal without reason is treasonous.
And I'm sure that if we went, we would have been returned whole, neither interrogated nor mentally refreshed. As if your master's nefarious agenda would allow that.
I've no inkling of what you speak. My only master is the Protectorate. My only agenda, the return of peace throughout Arcadia.
If you want to end this peacefully, follow my lead.
Very well. But be warned, I'm not exactly trained in the art of improvisation. We'll need a very good reason for my not answering the Consul's summons.
Right, we'll lie. I'm actually a criminal Arbiter Rao has been tracking. He's shown me the error of my ways.
Come now, do you expect me to believe that? Not only are you not in shackles, but you're also still alive. I can't imagine Arbiter Rao would have allowed that willingly.
I was leading him to the criminal hideout until you stopped us.
Yes, we were going to find their stash of contraband Protectorate rations, with all the labels crossed out. Architect preserve us.
I see. It would appear I misjudged this situation after all. I must reinterpret my orders. Accosting you illegally and the subsequent punishment would be mortifying.
So he's chosen not to attack, but the situation has not changed. We spare him. His master gains another tool to cover up the Supreme Arbiter's death.
What are you talking about? I do not seek to hide the Supreme Arbiter's death. I seek to find her killer. Such was next on my list of duties after I apprehended you.
That's convenient. Don't suppose you'd consider working alongside this guy, Tristan?
No. My earlier reluctance to kill this sentinel does not denote trust. There's no guarantee he wouldn't attempt to arrest us at a later point.
This is all clearly a tactic on the Consul's behalf. By sending out his agents, he seeks to deflect suspicion from himself. That is, if our compatriot here speaks true.
What must you think of me, or my fellow Sentinels, that you'd even suggest I'd lie to Arbiters? I'm not the one positing scurrilous accusations about our beloved Consul. But you needn't take me at my word. My next assignment was to investigate the Oculus collating post. A hidden room there may contain information pertinent to the investigation.
A hidden room, Ray. Even the Protectorate's got things they don't want seen.
I cannot speak to its purpose, only that it is strange and worthy of investigation.
Or it is yet another falsity, intended to draw us close before snapping our necks.
It's a risk worth taking. I can endure whatever the Consul sends my way, and if there is a minuscule chance that this Sentinel speaks true, we must investigate.
I'm pleased to be of service, in some manner or another. Protectorate subjects should aid one another.
Before I forget, how did you learn about the secret room?
Secret is a misnomer. The room appears to have been built by mistake, but someone forestalled its demolition without marking it on station blueprints. This is what is suspect. I will take my leave of the lot of you, and in peace. It is my sincere hope that circumstances are as you claim, lest we be forced to meet again.
I shall follow him out, just to certify he intends to act as he speaks.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure I trust Virgil.
That's done with. He left peaceably, as he said, though I have my doubts for how long.
That was some impressively savvy improvisation before, Commander. Without you, circumstances would have certainly devolved into a battle to the death.
Look, we don't just kill for no goddamn reason, all right, guys? Now, if the local authority stops you with a shipment of illegal sprats, better to have a story.
I'll spare you my doubts for the umpteenth time, Tristan. I just hope the risk is worthwhile.
I appreciate your caution, but it is quite unnecessary. My comrade and I will look into Oculus collating post.
Let's get moving.
Just that. I regret we've not had more time to talk, Virgil. It has been ages.
Worry not. I'm certain we'll have plenty of time to converse when you've finished your investigation. I have several leads of my own to pursue, as a matter of fact. Until our paths cross again, my friend.
Right, and again, we are just like, you know, savvy and we are big-time sweet talkers. Your messages, data backup. As you are likely aware, the Skycutter power facility ceased function some time ago. While we hope to reinitiate control of the facility, it is impossible to gauge when we might be able to activate it again. Unfortunately, this means consistent reliance on our automechanical defenses shall be difficult. Moreover, data transference procedures may be interrupted due to periodic power fluctuations. It is critical that all outstanding data, corrupted and otherwise, be uploaded to the relay for transmission and recovery. Corrupted files? Store 2 files. Umberto, I write knowing that I have already lost your respect and your mercy. Please spare Westport. I take your righteous anger out on me. I will be made an example if that is your wish. Just don't force my people to suffer for my failures and the consequences that must invariably follow. I know that you cannot acknowledge this message despite whatever comes to pass, as you well as I wish you well as your former commanding officer and as your former friend. All right. Okay, so there's nothing else. So the collating point, huh? I don't know where that is. We just need to go back to... Human Repair Center. So it's like 800... Yeah, I don't know where you guys are talking about. We can remove that one, though. All right, let's take a look and see what we've got here. All right, we'll put 2 more into engineering. And we can take a perk. All right, while sprinting or sliding, incoming attacks against you have an increased chance to be outright avoided, increasing your evasion. This is increased further when in light or medium armor. So 10% in heavy armor, 20% in light or medium. Plus 10 damage with modded weapons, increased 1% by your engineering skill. That sounds pretty nice. Serendipitous Slayer, 10% critical chance, but has a cooldown. That's with pistols or SMGs. Hail of Lead. Searching through containers can occasionally reward you with bonus bits or crafting materials. I like the sound of that. Assassin, after scoring a kill from stealth, your movement speed is dramatically increased for a short time. You know what? I think... That's tough. Gain critical hit chance with all weapons against all enemies. The chance is increased against strong enemies, such as leaders and bosses that aren't heavily damaged. So plus 5% critical chance. You know what? I think we're gonna do Trophy Hunter. All right, and we can also upgrade our companions. So she's got Shorten the Fuse. Ada automatically gains 1 charge of her companion ability when combat starts, or Stunning Explosion. Ada's companion ability now inflicts stun rather than stagger. You know what? I want you to just go ahead and stun them. And Tristan, we can upgrade your stuff now. But you can also do a Frenzied Charge. After using companion ability, Tristan is frenzied for a duration. While frenzied, he deals bonus melee damage, attacks more often, and moves faster. Or we can say Aggressive Challenge. Enemies taunted by Tristan's companion ability are goaded instead. Goaded enemies do not do not use cover and take additional damage. You know what? I want you to go to her. Are you guys coming?
I'm not just saying this because I take great joy in the killing of those who have betrayed me, but we should find some glorious dawn camp so I can send a message to my old friend.
We'll get there as soon as we can. All right. So let's see here. Glorious Dawn on Praetor and Cloister. Right. So we need Oculus collating post. I don't know where that is, though. All right. Let's head down to the chapel. The chapel's a good center point. We'll take a look at take a look around the chapel and see if we can't find somewhere, somewhere to go from there. Like, are we still on the planet for this, or? I mean, it definitely looks like we are just heading straight to the landing pad. Calling deaths averted. Grisly experiment yields little data. Well, no duh. Alright, so yeah, we do have to get on the ship in order to go. Okay, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know where that is. They didn't tell us, hey, so this is where you find that.
I'm glad we made it off Greater Tranquility Station. Presumably the delegates did as well. I'm pleased we prevented their murder. But they remain my enemies, peddling a false peace. I only hope we do not pay for this decision in the future. But let us focus on the task at hand, saving Arcadia from the rifts.
Yeah, that is kind of priority.
My blood boils at the Consul's gall. Overtaking the Sovereign at this most vulnerable time for the Protectorate. He will pay 1,000 times for this treachery. Any fool enough to stand beside him will fall as well. Justice will spare none. None! Certainly. I consider myself an open tome. Who amongst our motley assortment would you care to discuss? I find
What do you think
Agent
about?
Ibarra most curious. His system of values differs from my own, but not so much as I would expect. I look forward to understanding him better. His renewed devotion to the Earth Directorate is most commendable. Acknowledging an organization's faults, but pledging to ameliorate them, is far more difficult than resignation.
What about Val?
She is an endearing piece of engineering. Her continued functionality, despite her advanced age, speaks to a skilled caretaker, though she retains certain quirks. Earlier, she bumped into my head, bleating, "Please do your part to keep the incognito clean. Remove any and all foreign mineral deposits."
I think she was telling you you need a shower. What about Inez?
She is an enemy combatant, and were I not in your command, I would be honor-bound to bring her low. Yet, she is also oddly intriguing. She does not possess the scavenger's appetite of her colleagues. Perhaps if I came to know her better, I might, find techniques to use against her fellows. She is most certainly a typical Auntie's choice minion, unfortunately. Though overlooking it is immensely difficult, I shall do so to maintain positive relations with yourself.
What do you think about our order colleague?
Marisol possesses a calculating resolve that has nothing to do with mathematics. Had I anything to fear from her, she would have struck already. I can work alongside her, but I shall keep my guard high nonetheless.
And I figure your relationship with Aza might be a little contentious.
I have absolutely no inkling whatsoever why you would choose to bring a deranged cultist aboard. Aza's kind plagued
He's
Arcadia
fun.
even before the invasion. To be forced to call her colleague is almost more than I can bear. I can only hope she does not see it fit to pilot our ship into a rift to sate her own macabre ambitions.
All right,
Verily,
let's talk about it.
idle gossip hardly suits an...
All right. So, where are we going for this? Whatever it is. Oh, it's just a straight up extra spot. Okay. I figured it would be like a station or something. Like a spot on a planet. Not like its own unique little... All right. Still missing one of those, which is kind of annoying.
I've only visited Oculus Collating Post a handful of times, and that was long before its deprecation. But something is to be found there. I'm sure of it.
Well, let's find out what it is. Perfect liftoff. Right.
I recall this place. These stations have been automated since my day, though this one has certainly accrued dust. Odd that it would be in a state of lockdown. I have a general override that should allow us entry, but anything specific to local systems, including security systems, may be beyond me. What in places? These security measures should not be operational. And the station seems to be on reserve power. We'd best tread carefully.
Gee, you think? All right.
This would be a most ignoble place. You must keep your blood within, Commander!
Technophobia. No, we're not taking any. All right, let's see. Override entry security and unseal central processing. Latest announcement. With the inception of our new line of listening posts, I've heard some mutterings that this outpost no longer requires the presence of its dutiful tenders. That we shall soon find ourselves replaced with automated systems and sent to serve the Protectorate elsewhere. Do not allow these rumors to bring about idleness. Be sure to replicate the data you are tasked with managing. What is innocent today may be seditious tomorrow. Docking log purged. If this was due to malfunction, please contact a technician. If this were due to malfeasance, please contact an arbiter. So apparently, oh, right. So we could have actually come out here, up here. And come through this way. And turned everything off. Nice to know now. All right, let's do some eating and drinking. All right, health restored. Hallelujah.
Well, no one is here, lying in ambush. Perhaps some stray systemic error activated the entryway defenses. We'd best first report to security ops. Lift this lockdown. From there, we can set about reactivating the station's primary power, which will allow us to explore unhindered.
All right, so... Oh, man, that...
Is that
deep...
a footprint in the dust? This station shouldn't have received visitors in years. Be on guard. Someone else may be here.
You think?
My passcode shall not work on this terminal. Unlocking it may be a creative endeavor.
Override lockdown. Lockdown lifted. Reactor room unsealed. Sealing security room as a precautionary measure. Enter passphrase to unseal the room. Note: improper passphrase will result in reprisal from automated defenses. All right,
Activating that terminal sealed the room. We can search for the password to proceed, or, I suspect, triggering the defenses will do the same. Your decision, Commander.
Let's take a look around and see if we can't find the passcode. Chalkboard is a hodgepodge of half-erased statements, notes, and scribbles, all layered on top of one another. It's difficult to make out anything legible, let alone useful. But I'm willing to bet we can probably... Oh, no? Figured maybe we could, like, you know, escape through there, but I guess not. Well, that's kind of crap. So if you don't have a high enough observation, you're screwed? Be refresh. Alright, well, let's save here real quick. And then we'll say input password.
Prosecuting viscerally.
Either restore my life or revive me so I can kill him.
Lifting the lockdown. We may now
I'm
reactivate
alive.
the station
Who
in the
needs to
reactor.
die?
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, you know, maybe, just maybe you could have like said, hey, we should have multiple ways of doing this rather than just, you know, have a high observation or fucking, or just like, you know, everything's gonna try and kill you. Party upgrades. All right, so hers, we can do Zap Cell or Serrated Edge. We'll do Zap Cell and Vitals Finding Design. Ada's weapon deals even more damage to enemies not targeting her directly. It also has significantly increased damage in general. Or we could do Pommel Sap. Her weapon now stuns enemies that aren't targeting her. This can only occur once per enemy. Yeah, let's go ahead and do... Oh, that's still locked, right, because we've only found one of her upgrade kits. Heat-resistant clothing or shock-resistant clothing. Let's protect you against heat. And, right, we're still working on yours. Breath of the Vindicator? Okay. Right, so the secret room is what? Behind the... or somewhere in the... Oh god, what the hell? Again, that is just... Yeah, that is a dead... That is a dead bastard there. Silenced revolver. Silenced heavy revolver, I should say. All right. So, yeah, reactor room. It looks like somebody might have gone into the reactor room. Or be in the... whoever it is that we're following.
The reactor activation circuits shall likely be dysfunctional. It's a known issue with these old stations. Let me look. Corroded transistors, dust in the actuator. Did a sprat gnaw on this? Sweet sovereign, what a mess. There. I think I have it. Let us hope my override does not trigger any security alerts.
Yeah. Let's hope. does this thing go? Out to here and then up and around. Okay. Let's restore the power.
This should avail us of a much simpler search. Let us return to the central room once more and see if anything seems...
Mediating!
Wrist weapon primed!
Be wary for anything that may be a clue as to the hidden room's location.
You mean like this?
There. I'm certain of movement below. Gird yourself with determination.
Passcode is limber. No. Let's try amulet. No. Wingtip. No. Sovereign's gavel. I should remember this. Damn it.
Try ambergris.
Ambergris can't be it. That's too short for a facility like this. Wait. Oh, no.
Of the strategies of feigning innocence I have seen, this is certainly the most pathetic. I accuse you of trespassing upon the private domain of the Sovereign. For these crimes... Wait. I know you. Luther Okada? What in blazes are you doing here? And why do you wear a Sub Rosa uniform?
Because I work for Sub Rosa? More than that, I don't think I can say, Cadet Rao. Mostly because I'm not supposed to, but also because I can't remember.
Kristen, you know this guy?
Okada is, or was, a petty troublemaker, though a crafty one. As cadets, Virgil and I apprehended him often. Sometimes Virgil let him go, but he usually went to mental refreshment.
Often enough to know the technicians by name. Until I forgot them again.
This truly is no ploy. But mental refreshment is supposed to return wayward subjects to the proper path, not cause whatever this is. Despite his faults, the Okada I knew was ultimately benign. But the fact remains
That's
that he
why
now
they wiped his
trespasses in a
mind.
secure facility. Duty dictates that I must execute him.
We should interrogate him. See if he knows anything.
That's a wise path. One that shall give me time to contemplate what must be done.
An arbiter used the word execute in the last few seconds, yet I remain alive? Didn't think that was possible.
What exactly are you supposed to do here?
I was sent here to do a specific job, but some of the details are hazy. Gives me conniptions.
I can't tell if you're stupid. I can tell you're not stupid. If you want to live, you need to talk.
I was hired by an anonymous third party. They provided me with the station's location and credentials to bypass its defenses. May have tripped a few on my way here. Can't recall. I was told the station was abandoned, which it clearly isn't, and to break into this terminal and delete the information on it. That is all I know.
Do you know whose terminal this is?
I don't even know the name of this station.
Ignorance does not excuse criminal action. Even if you did not know the severity of this infiltration, it remains a deadly serious infraction.
Do you remember about Tristan, if anything? What do you remember about Tristan, if anything?
He and the other one must have put me away close to 12 times each. I used to be something of a ne'er-do-well.
Ne'er-do-well is a polite term. He was a repeat malefactor. I believe last time we met, He'd vandalized a janitorial automech in an attempt to make it spew profanity.
I got 18 months of hard labor for that. Served me right.
I have a theory. Whoever hired Okada for this job didn't know about his mind.
That's interesting, but it must be false. Sub Rosa is a large organization. Whoever asked for Okada must have wanted him specifically. But why?
I didn't used to be like this. I can still sneak with the best of them. Not being able to remember doesn't make me any worse as an agent. It doesn't!
Any of my fellow arbiters would have killed you before this conversation began. But I can't decide whether to disdain or pity you.
I think we should let him go.
I don't know that I can. He is a trespasser. His slipping mind matters not.
We've established that Okada's a pawn in someone else's game. What would killing him serve?
My duty dictates it. Killing Okada may not affect the one who hired him, but his trespass is an indelible fact. He should not be here.
Should we? Technically, we're also trespassing, aren't we?
That doesn't mean anything. An arbiter cannot trespass. And even if I could, I still act with the Protectorate's best interests in mind. Not out of some base self-interest. Were the situation different, perhaps I could look the other way. But Okada has clearly defected, and is thus not afforded such a luxury.
Came under here on false pretenses. Doesn't that matter to you?
I am familiar with the concept, but in the Protectorate, intent matters little. Manslaughter still results in death. Sedition can happen unconsciously, just as it may consciously.
How can you care for justice if you see no difference between manslaughter and murder?
There is a difference. A murderer's family is imprisoned, whereas they are not in the case of incidental death. But I do suppose the perpetrator's punishment does not change. Though this is hardly the place for a discussion about Protectorate law, I do at least see your point.
Look, I've said my piece. Spare him.
It is fortunate you have gained my trust, or I would not bend to one who had not. Justice must serve a purpose. Okada may live, and I hope we shan't regret it. Be gone. You've been granted your final stay of execution. Should our paths ever cross again, you know what will occur.
I didn't think this would happen. Thank you, Cadet Rao. My apologies for all the strife I caused over the years. And you. Without you, I would have been reduced to my composite parts. Here, take these. I suppose you'll have more use for them than I, in my present state.
Allowing a Sub Rosa agent to leave with his life in the heart of a Protectorate station. We may have to speak on this further. But let us see what we came here for.
Alright, and... Right, so maximum incorrect access attempts reached, sealing chamber until user identity confirmed by login. Please enter a passcode to verify your login. Self-reminder. Should the code lapse from your memory, recall, judgment serves as the Arbiter's hammer. What is the Arbiter's scalp?
The hint pertaining to the passcode on that terminal, I believe I know the answer. It is contained in a phrase the Supreme Arbiter drilled into our heads for many years.
What was it?
An Arbiter's gavel is judgment, and an Arbiter's scalpel is analysis. Try entering that.
All right. Bingo. Welcome, Supreme Arbiter Marthana Andros. Last login 11 months ago. All right, let's take a look at the from the console. Subject error empty. Deletion occurred 236 days ago. To Sovereign Varric. War effort. I messaged to inform you of the recent casualty estimates of my arbiters. In the last year of fighting, we've lost several thousand of Arcadia's finest. This doubles those lost in the first 2 years of fighting together. Each subject taken from us by the Protector's enemies has been revenged 100-fold, but the losses continue to mount. I know that whatever pain I feel is only a fraction of that you feel for the losses of your people, just as I know that you most assuredly have a plan for the deliverance from our many foes. I urgently await your command, just as I have awaited it each day for the past 3 years. Supreme Arbiter Andros. Entries. Let's see here. Consult visit. The consul has requested a meeting with me at my quarters in Praetor. Exact intent uncertain, but no doubt involves some convoluted justification for his latest stratagem. It's as if he can sense that I am both at my busiest and least interested in seeing him. The execution he broadcast of the captured exemplars was barbaric. Were these not once our siblings? Could we not have at least interrogated them, broken them, perhaps impressed a few back into the Protectorate service? He is a brute who can only see violence as the solution to every problem, but I know it would be a mistake to ignore a request such as this. Perhaps one of my pupils can handle my duties in my temporary absence. It would be a useful learning experience. Oculus collating. I had never expected it necessary to return to this location after its automation. The Sovereign has assured us that central control is perfectly safe, yet as we saw in Golden Ridge with the complete withdrawal of our forces some months ago, the old assumptions are so much cosmic dust. This shall be my secondary office. Scurrying about like an insect is immensely dishonorable. But if I am killed, I shudder to imagine what would become of my arbiters. Preventing this room's demolition during the retrofitting process was a prudent move. If only I could convince the Sovereign to use the same prudence when committing my arbiters. But I had best keep thoughts such as this here, where no one else knows to tread. I can only hope the tide of this war changes, and soon. Protege development. My pupils progress tolerably. Latest experiment, period of unsupervised leave on Bastion for a week. 37 arrests total, 6 executions. Listening devices caught Virgil saying the consul's mustache looks like a breadworm. Disappointed at his lack of tact. Will need to be severely reprimanded. Should know better than to say that when it could be so easily heard. He's not the only one I need to discipline. Tristan's anger is on a tight leash. His observational acumen is impressive, but he misses details in high-stress situations. Needs to be a better master of himself. Virgil, for his part, keeps steady in dire situations, but he lacks iron. There should have been at least 12 executions this week, but Virgil balked each time he was alone. Perhaps he can gain some of Tristan's mettle. Perhaps Tristan might learn some of Vigil's self-control. The two have become fast friends. I hope this does not hamper them when it comes time for one to prove himself over the other.
From that terminal, it sounds as if the Supreme Arbiter had some sort of business with the Consul. To what end, I wonder? The tone of her response seemed relaxed, but I do not believe she would have met with the Consul unless she had no other choice. And that feckless agent. I don't understand his aim or who he would be working for. Only the Consul. But the Protectorate does not ally itself with Sub Rosa.
Could the Consul have broken some kind of deal? Seems to have the connections.
I couldn't imagine the Consul pinning his duties on someone so clearly out of sorts as our recently departed friend. Besides, he has his own agents. Well, at least we found what we needed on the Supreme Arbiter's terminal. I only hope whatever awaits us at Central Control is less tumultuous. As for Okada, I'm not sure what to think. My decision to allow him to go free was at odds with all I have been taught. He was a traitor and should have died. Yet, I cannot help but feel strangely justified.
Maybe because death isn't much of a punishment for entering an abandoned station.
But he was acting against the Protectorate, even if he didn't know it. How can I act as an arbiter of justice if I allow a traitor a reprieve?
Objectively, Okada didn't deserve to die for what he did, and you know it. And it sure seems like there's a difference between justice and Protectorate justice.
To me, there cannot be. That is, there isn't. That's not possible, and I cannot afford to think of it as such. Altogether, I think visiting this station was fruitful for my ultimate task. Hopefully, we'll grow ever closer to discovering the Supreme Arbiter's true killer.
I think it was the Consul.
Circumstances aside, I appreciate your accompanying me here, Commander. It means much. Now let us return to the incognito and plan out our next steps.
All right. So yeah, trying to get these guys up, and I think I did get the next upgrade, the upgrade for Tristan. Actually, let's take a look here. Oh, right. Okay, so we can do self-repairing mod or ghost array mod. Gain the ability to craft a ghost array utility mod while applied to a helmet. You drop to half health, you gain camouflaged. When slotted into your armor, gain a bonus to your armor's defense, which break after taking moderate damage. After a short period of not taking any damage, yeah, we'll do this one. Valerie, you can do preparation protocols. While you're at full health, Valerie's companion ability recharges significantly faster. Enhanced emergency protocols. After being healed by Valerie companion's ability, you're immune to all damage for duration rather than gaining a bonus damage reduction. Inez, you can do potent biomass. Heightens the potency of your party's biomass weaponry or experimental primary research. She crafts a custom primer for you Equipping it into your inhaler and using it applies a buff for a long duration. While the buff is active, kills caused by the party heal you for a small amount. All right, we'll take that one, yes. And Marisol, you have shield generator reflector, upgrades your gas energy deflection apparatus while she's in the party, causing damage against the shield to reflect a portion of the damage taken back upon the attackers. For in-race scanner analyzer, Marisol's upgrades your in-race scanner, allowing you to automatically analyze enemies. While wearing the in-race scanner, your attacks apply effects to targets depending on where the location of the body. Kind of like that. Now let's take a look at our upgrade here. Okay, so we can do a Niles upgrade. Do we have ricochet shrapnel shots or high density shot? Niles shots now occasionally knock down targets and have increased damage, or Niles shots now ricochet off target, dealing damage to a second nearby enemy. The weapon also has increased damage overall. Let's see here. His reflex amplifiers now reflect a portion of the attacks back on the attacker, or now applies over an area, increasing your evasion when standing near him. Also greatly increases effectiveness of his armor. Let's go ahead and do. He's going to go ahead and start rebounding. Energy burst charge. So, area of effect, burst and damage over an area of effect, or weapons will now periodically fire a large beam that deals massive damage. Yes. Advanced generator, her companion ability charges more quickly and slightly increases the effectiveness of their armor. Or Valerie constantly regenerates health and slightly increases the effectiveness of her armor. Tristan, we got your first one. So plasma grenades or shock grenades? Shock grenades. And your armor gets grounding plates, making shock effects or acid proof. Let's go ahead and make you resistant to that. All right. All right.
It would appear our next stop is Praetor, specifically Central Control. I look forward to traveling there, once you've sufficiently prepared.
Sounds good. I'll make all the necessary preparations. What's the deal with this place? Should we expect a fight?
Potentially. In the past, the locale was shared equally between us Arbiters and the Consul Sentinels. However, considering the traitors crawling throughout the rest of Arcadia, I fear what duplicity the Consul may have wrought at Central Control.
All right. Anything we've discovered changed your theory about the murder?
No. The Sentinel worked on the Consul's behalf. I do note that the agent was an odd wrinkle, but that still does not fly in the face of what I believe.
Here's the thing, though. It's like with the Consul hiring Sub Rosa, that makes sense because he doesn't want everything being like a straight line just going straight back to him. That's good. I'll make all the preparations.
I look forward to it.
I should probably use the... Get rid of our uranium poisoning. Get some extra charges, the whole 9 yards. So, Praetor. So, we need to go to Praetor for both Azza and Tristan. kind of surprised you don't have anything for us.
Lovely day for a coup, dear. The only surprise about the Protectorate's consul usurping the Sovereign's authority is it did not happen sooner. May all our endeavors yield expected results.
Let us make our way to Central Control forthwith.
Right. Temporary hostility will reset after 3 in game. You may still have a bounty, though. All right. So we have stabbing the shadows and that one. Okay. So, yeah. So if we go here, okay. So we'll go to the reconfiguration center and then go round south and around the mountains. I mean, we've already cleared most of the way. Like, we've cleared to, like, the major checkpoint. So we'll start off with Ava. Or Ava. Road should be, like, right here. There is something here that you should see, buddy. Yeah, screening protocol. The arbiters and personnel associated with the arbiters must submit identification forms and certificated and have any non-standard issue belongings confiscated. And then the second one, the updated, says that now they must now present all standard issue weaponry and armor at this checkpoint for inspection. Equipment may be recollected in central control. May their unarmored passage to central control renew their devotion to the console. So yeah. You should really pay attention to that, buddy. It's not good.
Recharged for mayhem! Look up, Commander. Don't make me avenge you.
I am primed to punish. I would not refuse assistance, which is most embarrassing.
I'm alive. Who needs to die?
Those guys just, like, came out of nowhere. Alright, let's go with the silenced one. There you are.
Taking punitive action. To battle!
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Near just not a good look, Commander.
I can't even see the people that are fucking hitting me, so excuse the fuck. Like, they can shoot, they know right where we are, but we don't know where they are.
And,
I despise asking for aid. And you...
Wrist weapon primed. Not possible. No target to gun.
I shall not
stay your execution.
All right. Let's see if we can't get across this damn bridge. Now we can actually see them.
Step aside. Why? This might sting.
Shit. Okay. Whoa, why am I still like... Why is my poisoning skyrocketing? The fuck? I was free of that shit. I dipped my... Yes, I dropped into it, but then I got out of it. It shouldn't have still been poisoning me, should it? It seems a little odd.
understand.
Oh, fuck you! What the? Like, all of a sudden, my jump is just like, nah, we're not gonna do anything. What the fuck? Oh my god, this one's just. This one is being a bitch.
Unleash my might upon them.
No I shall not stay your execution. Prosecuting.
Not possible. No touch.
Fucking move! What the hell? Okay, so yeah, this is definitely where we're supposed to be. Guys, I am actively shooting, walking in front of me. Probably not a great idea. Seriously, why is it that everybody's like, oh yeah, hey, we're gonna go ahead and walk in front of you, so can we recalibrate the lightning tower? Active. Okay, cool. There are 3 towers remaining. And we are in the right area, but we don't know exactly where. But there is a light.
You better sleep with both eyes open.
Okay, I'm sorry you got in the way of my fucking bullets.
Against us.
Commander's almost dead.
The fuck? Where did these assholes come from? All right.
I'm alive. Who needs to die?
Everybody. Everybody needs to die. Whoa, 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 whoa.
To a slurry.
Supposed to shoot the enemy.
Yeah, and you're not supposed to get in between me and the enemy. Right, okay. So I think we found him. Overrun by spiders.
Looks like a Dawn camp is up ahead. We should be able to find one of our devices there.
One of their devices. Does the lack of people not disturb you, lady? Architect, I'm at my wit's end. 2 more members of our cell entered the rift of their own volition over the last several days. Last night I posted a guard, but this morning I awoke to find the guard and several others had entered the rift, leaving the camp short-handed and unguarded. There are only 3 of us left. This camp is falling apart on my watch. I've taken it upon myself to personally guard the rift. I will not sleep nor abandon my post until I am confident that the other 2 will not prematurely enter the rift. E. Alright, there's one of the communication devices. But before we go using that, let's explore around. All right. I'm so tired. It's been 3 days. I need to converse with the other two to ensure they are not intending to follow the others, but I can't keep this up. Boyd, I must have dozed off for a moment. They're both gone. The only one left. To say I failed the glorious dawn would only be a massive understatement. I go now to perform the very task I sought to prevent the others from doing. I'll enter the rift. Should I find the others, perhaps I can convince them to return to their posts? No. That is wishful thinking on my part, meant only to assuage my guilt over failing. I go to submit myself to the judgment of the rift, though I am almost certain to be rejected as unworthy.
Taking punitive action.
Whoa, so they actually survived?
That's not a good look, Commander.
I'm sorry, what the fuck is...
Either restore my life or avenge my death.
Jesus Christ! Oh, come on! What the fuck? Uranium poisoning. Wait, is that what's... Is that what's causing... Are they, like, poisoned by uranium or something? The fuck? Ugh. Needless to say, not exactly how I wanted things to go. Alright.
I am primed to punish.
So yeah, these guys are like... Come on. Jesus.
Heading to the fore.
Why can I not move? Why can I not fucking move? What the fuck? Why was I like suddenly like why this uranium poisoning all of a sudden? I don't get why the sudden uranium poisoning is just like but can I send like, can I say, hey?
The Supreme Arbiter have met with the Consul. No use speculating. We'll know soon enough.
Go back to the ship for now.
I shall await.
Can you like send oh, I was hoping that you would be like willing to send somebody here to no? All right. All right. Well, let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and go back to the incognito because having two people that are melee based just ain't working for me. To say the least, it's not working for me. And we are also, unfortunately, out of time for today. So we're going to go ahead and do a full save here. And that's going to be where we end for today. So we'll be back with this tomorrow. As always, thank you guys very much for watching. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit the like button. If you're new here, don't forget to prod that subscribe button. If you want to be kept up to date of when we go live and stuff like that, make sure to ring the bell, but also check out the social media links down below. Don't forget the top link in the description below brings you to our fourth wall page where we have things like betting your future, bet on Vault Tech shirt, and our Outer Worlds inspired hat. Don't forget, in about 2 hours, we're going to be back with Slime Rancher 2, and then tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Time, we'll be back with more of the Outer Worlds 2. All that, so that you can stay tuned for more from Ollamh Productions. Cheerio!